Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Global Reporters on Eyes of Africa TV. I want a special segment today. Last week was a wonderful program. We're having Mr. Frederick Oderigi with us last week. So today we'll be talking about right of a citizen in Nigeria. And I'm not here alone. I'm here as usual with Ambassador Tim and Pastor Mike. And we have a special guest that a lot of people are already waiting to see you, sir. Mr. Omoyele Sowore. I know that I know and I believe that every one of us know him. He's a human rights activist, presidential candidate under African National Congress AAC last year, 2019. So, and he has been on this for a very long time using his online platform, Sahara Reporters. So, today we are going to be talking about the rights of a Nigerian citizen. We understand that as a Nigerian, we have some rights that was written, but it's not effective to me or other citizens out there. So, and a lot of people are not interested in this right anymore because we feel it's applicable to only the leaders. Well, only when you are in power, that is when okay, you in fact those in power they are above the law in the country. So they do whatever thing they want to do and they get away with it. And for people like us who are not in power, who don't have anyone to speak for us, even when we have the rights, it's not going to count. So today we have a former presidential candidates, and which am not going to campaign at the moment, but I will still say that when the time for election come, according to Mr. Frederick, we will know. So, sir, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, sir, will be today. We are waiting for you to talk to us more about the right of a citizen. What are Nigerians supposed to do? How are we going to know our right? And now, what are we supposed to do to enforce this right? Because if there are some things I would do, like as a common person in Nigeria, and I can't get away with it. But there are people who will do this thing and they will move freely on the streets. So for me, I'm not interested in it because it's the laws and rights is not applicable to me. Going to the electoral rights and everything generally. Look at today. I read a story today. A woman, a child of about 4 years was raped. So she complained to the police. Trust me, they want her to pay money. This woman is so poor that she cannot she has nothing to give. So the police left her there. She was left alone crying. 4 years old child was raped, but the police could not do anything. But if it was to be the child of a rich man out there or one of those people or those people in power, you see, Nigeria will be shaking. So these are some of the things that we see each day. And a lot of people go through this. People are even scared to exercise their rights. People are scared because when you go out there, what are you going to get? Who are you going to talk to? So, sir, these are some of the things we want you to talk to us about today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I want to thank your listeners, and I want to thank you for putting this together. It's a very difficult topic to talk about, considering that Nigeria has reached the ground zero of human rights. What I mean ground zero is that it's as if Nigerians have no rights left, whether they are natural rights or constitutionally guaranteed rights that are even enshrined in their own constitution, the 1999 so-called Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You see, as Nigerians, we have a bunch of rights, and I don't want to sound like a civic teacher by telling you that one of the causes of the most important of this right is the right to life, right? So, and the right to dignity of a human person, uh, the right to personal liberty, the right to fair hearing, and the right to privacy, right to freedom of thoughts and religion, uh, and conscience, and the right to freedom of expression, right to freedom of movement, right to freedom from discrimination, and right to property ownership. If you are in Nigeria today, all these rights that I've read out to you will discover that no one has those rights anymore. What I mean is that you cannot find any Nigerian today who can claim to have a right to life because there are a variety of ways that your life can be snuffed out without repercussion against the offending party. You have non-state actors taking lives like insurgents like Boko Haram. As you are aware, what they are doing now in Katsina, in Kaduna, some parts of Taraba, uh, Niger, Zamfara. It's non-state actors taking lives while the government stand aside and watch. But beside the non-state actors, the government of Nigeria itself has been even a bigger offender, but a bigger culprit in the business of taking lives. Police shoot people indiscriminately. They kill, you know, extrajudicially, and they do whatever they want and get away with it. So, when you talk about the right to personal liberty, I am an example of a person who expressed myself freely all the time, and whose liberty was denied. I was denied personal liberty because I exercised my right to freedom of expression. And in the process, they violated my personal dignity, violated my privacy by taking away my phones. They still have my phones as we speak. Talking about the state security services, which is what the president's office uses to violate the rights of citizens, deny them their liberty, their privacy, deny them their freedom of movement, uh, and the right to conscience, freedom of thought, and that of religion has also been severely violated in Nigeria. So, in a nutshell, why I said it was difficult at the beginning of this, when I said it's a difficult conversation at the beginning of this talk, was that I have looked around and I don't see any rights. And people are scared in this country to even exercise any form of rights because you get in trouble for exercising any kind of right. You don't own property in this country. The properties have been taken over, land, resources, by the corrupt elite in the country. So honestly, I don't know where to start from when you talk about rights. But I have read out to you what your rights are. So what the Nigerian state does is not to respect your rights, but to enforce responsibilities on you that you have no ability to exercise. And that's why in their propaganda they don't talk a lot about rights; they talk more about responsibility. Whereas rights come with responsibility, no doubt, but rights are not themselves tied to responsibilities. You can exercise your rights and not necessarily be forced into some kind of responsibility that is usually undefined, very opaque, uh, according to the life here. So, because there are no rights for our citizens, life has become very short and brutish here in Nigeria. So I hope I'm able to answer that your first question
Yeah.
satisfactorily.
Yes, as a Nigerian citizen, like just like you said, we really don't we have this right written, just like you have mentioned. We only have these things, and but we cannot exercise them. Ambassador Tim, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, the rights of let me first of all appreciate the first speaker, Mr. Sowore, for expressing or explaining giving some details on the rise of Nigerian citizens. But there's something that is quite unfortunate in this country. You know, any right you fail to use, you will definitely lose it. Any right you fail to use, you will definitely lose it. But unfortunately, Nigerian citizens have must say, all this set up rights according to the Constitution of Nigeria, which actually call for consent. Because during election, your vote that counts is your power to your right. Your vote you cast is what gives you the right to demand for accountability from voted every voted leader. Like if the president is not actually doing what he promised he should do or he will do, honestly speaking, every single citizen of this country has the right to come up and say, sir, what you said you would do, you didn't do it. Can you just tell us this and this and this because we demand for explanation? But unfortunately, what is not happening in this country, I think it is high time we start asking questions. And when I say we start asking questions, those people they are using, like the DSS, SSS, and police, those people, paramilitaries and militaries, they are using to disorganize and they snatch the voice of the citizens from them. I think when the citizens of this country rise, that is when they will understand that our eyes are opening. Because you will see in Nigerian police, the police will arrest somebody, not just arresting the person unjustly. And if the person tries to express himself or tries to say, I have my right for this and that, before you know what is happening, you don't know what's happening, they shoot the person there. And nobody will even say anything about that. The only thing we just say, if you just appear on the paper and Nigerians will go on social media and talk whatever thing they are talking. And that is why we always say that Nigerians are only doing on social media. That is the only place they like. But nobody can come out and demand for accountability and demand for the rights of somebody's life. Because today it might be that person, tomorrow it might be yours. That is why it is like I feel much concerned about all these issues in Nigeria. A police, I know in the universities, when they teach a citizenship education, that course is not for fancy in Nigerian university. That course is not for fancy. It is meant for the citizens, for graduates, for everybody to know their rights. If a policeman comes to arrest you, you have to tell the person, please go, I will come and answer. Within 24
Okay.
hours, you be there.
Okay. Okay.
So,
About another thing. In a situation whereby even when you commit you didn't commit an offense, and the kind of police we have today, you get shot when over what you don't even know. You get killed. They arrest you for what? For no reason. So how will you say, okay, this is my right? How?
and the viewers, the people who will be there when that thing will happen, will just keep quiet. Everybody will run and scatter. The following day, everybody goes to work because nobody is expressing his right. Like I said, any right
Yeah.
you fail to use, you will lose it, and that is how Nigerians, all the citizens, lose their rights. Only when it
Okay.
gets to the hand of some people that has power, that is where you now know that there is right.
Caller
And
yesterday.
another place I'm so much frowning at
Caller
is
yesterday.
I have to frown against our legal practitioners. They're not trying at all. They're not doing it right at all. They are not doing it right at all. There are so many cases they can pick up on pro bono, but they still demand for money. And they're
Okay.
looking at this person don't have the money, but they still demand for money. I've confronted a good number of them. They said they went to school, they spent money, they did this, they did that. And so for the what? I'm sorry for using that word. And so what? The oath you took, what oath did you take? That you have
Okay.
to that you have to say the truth. So they are
Okay.
also the people that are helping us losing the ground. Now, if I come
Okay.
out and start expressing my grievances and expressing my right, because I have the right to say the truth, to say my observation, to express myself, a freedom of speech, they will tell you, yes, you have freedom of speech, but freedom after speech is the one we cannot guarantee you. Can you just imagine that?
Okay.
Freedom after
You
speech.
know, with the system of Nigeria these days, people are scared to speak. Okay. And now what some people do, they go on social media to talk. And even now, it has gone so bad that even when you talk on social media, they get you arrested.
They pick you up.
So you see, that's how bad it can be. Mr. Sowore, what do you have to say about this?
Honestly, I have to apologize that there's a generator outside and I'm not hearing you
Yeah, it's
clearly.
okay. It's okay. Okay.
You may have to repeat what you are asking me. This is the audio I'm getting is very poor. I have to admit.
Okay. Okay. So can you hear us clearly now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So what we are saying is, they was saying about the issue of there's freedom of speech, but there's no freedom after speech. So that people go to social media to hear their point, to say their point. I'm saying that if the Nigeria has gone so bad to the extent that even on social media you are not even free to talk, because when you talk on social media they get you arrested. That's how bad it can be. So that is how far we've discussed so far. So what do you have to say about this? So what do you think we can do as a Nigerian to get our rights back, or we should live with no rights?
No, that's the sense of why citizens have this right is to be able to retain the rights, sustain them, and protect themselves. The
Okay,
rights are not things that government can wake up and take away. There is the reason why, even in elementary government, that they teach us
okay,
in secondary schools, you have these principles of checks and balances, so that there are checks within the arms of government against abuse. But most importantly, is for citizens themselves to rise up when their rights are being taken away, to ensure that the people
okay,
taking away their rights don't get away with their rights. What Nigeria suffers most from today, I think, is complacency by its citizens. Sometimes you wake up and ask yourself, um, for how long do people? How I don't. What I'm trying to say is that the resilience of Nigerians, their ability to take abuse, is unbelievable. Such that it doesn't matter what the government does to them, they just keep retreating. And when you retreat and don't fight back, your rights will retreat with you, and the government will be more emboldened. See, before it used to be that it's the federal government that champions the abuse of human rights, but now they have democratized that. State governors uses, we use the DSS to detain people. I have a guy who is in detention in Abia State. He's been in detention for some time now. A lawyer, Emperor Ogbona, Gabriel Ogbona. There's a guy in detention in Imo State for calling the governor or writing on Facebook that the governor is Supreme Court governor. We just got the guy just got out of detention a few days ago for singing a poem or composing a poem against Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Disinformation. You understand? You know about Agbajalingo. There are local
yeah,
government officials, commissioners, who just go out there and imprison people based on mostly these days on social media postings.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the question we ask ourselves is, how long are we going to take this before we fight back? That's what bothers me. I don't want to overemphasize the fact that we don't have rights. So we must have reached a point where we fight back to regain our rights and sustain them, because
Uh,
these are not rights that governments can be left alone to manage for you. Government, by their very nature, are public thieves of human rights. It doesn't matter which government. Even the U.S. government, they kill. I mean, you saw what the police in the U.S. is doing, and what has led to the Black Lives Matter protests that's going around the world. Government will
yeah.
always violate rights. It's for citizens to fight back and push back against those forms of abuse and high-handedness.
Well, do you think we can ever fight and win as a citizen of Nigeria? Do you think we can ever, if we come together and fight and win? Because these
Yeah,
people, they have the
I
money, they
believe
have
so.
the power, they have the military and everything in their disposal.
We are not the only
So
ones
how
with
do we fight
militaries.
and win?
People fight in countries that even have bigger militaries. The U.S. military is the biggest in the world. It's the most powerful. But people are protesting in the U.S. against the National Guard. They have the Marines. They have Navy SEALs. It's just a matter of determination. As I was speaking with you today, there is an uprising going on in Mali. They're asking their president to resign. They have militaries there too. But the
Yeah,
moment the people are tired, the military must themselves subjugate their authority to those of the people and not to those of the people in power. So we can, but there's something that is patently wrong with the part of our brain that coordinates bravery in this country. A lot of our people are not the bravest. So each time we
all
are
right.
supposed to fight, they keep giving excuses. They will tell you that we are a multi-ethnic country, multi-religious. Because of that, we can't fight. That's not true. You will hardly find a country in the world that has, you know, an ethnic group. There's a
Yeah,
lot of countries in the world that are multi-ethnic, and we've seen a lot of multi-ethnic groups have their own revolutions. China has a huge population of multilingual people. They had a revolution before. France, you can say maybe
yeah.
that one is not that multi-ethnic, but you've had revolution in several places before with multi-ethnic configurations.
So, because the issue of Nigeria, just like you said, we are used to the idea of suffering and smiling. We pretend that everything is okay, but deep down, we do really want more. So this has been the problem we have. The current look at the time of Babangida. Babangida now was then it was all about power to myself, but the people came together and we they drove these people out of power. So I think we can do more when we come together, when we unite. It's not a thing of one man that okay, people see that okay, you can do it and they fold hand, but this thing is something that you will fight and everybody will enjoy. But you don't want to lose your life, you don't want to lose your property, you don't want to lose anything. Our parents suffer the same thing. We are suffering the same thing. If we keep quiet, our children will suffer same thing. And the idea of I have to do my own thing. If you want to do it, go and do it alone. It's time we put that aside. Whichever way you think you can stand for a better nation, a nation that work for me, work for you, that wherever you go, you can be proud of yourself that oh you are from a country. The way Nigeria is today as a Nigeria, you cannot be proud of yourself seeing a lot of things like right from the level of leadership downwards. So you cannot be proud as a Nigerian that oh you are from Nigeria because even with the things you see on social media, it saddens your heart. When you look at the things of Nigeria, you go emotional. It's so annoying. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, let's see hear what Pastor Mike have to say. Pastor Mike, are you with us? Okay,
Hear you. I can hear you.
okay. So what do you have to
Can you hear
say?
me?
Yeah, very well. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I want to say a big welcome to Mr. Sowore, first and foremost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know where to start from. I've been enjoying the program. I listened to Ambassador and Mr. Sowore, whom I'm one of the people that fought strongly released in Italy here. Let me come in here. Last week I asked a question. What was the question? I said, what is the value of the life of a Nigerian? Secondly, now we're talking of the right of a citizen. Just like Mr. Sowore said, that the right of the citizen has been democratized. And this is true. If you are not with them, you will pay for it. There's this say that said, if you can't beat them, you join them. That is Nigeria. Now our right is being negotiated. Mr. Sowore that you are seeing today is a victim of human rights abused. His right was completely abused. Our right is completely abused. For example, let's ask ourselves some questions. He said there are no rights left in Nigeria. I agree with that. Because in a situation whereby the police that is supposed to be protecting you is the one that killing you for expressing your right, then what do? That means there's no right. You don't have any right at all. Let me tell you one thing. There was a day I was traveling to Abuja with my car from Lagos. I got to a checking point. When I got to the checking point and the police stopped me and said I should come down. I said, I'm parked on the highway. Let me park on the side. It's not safe for me here. Let me park on the side. He said, am I the one to dictate for him or is the one to dictate for me? Then I told him, I said, your responsibility as a police officer is to protect me. So let me park. Let me move out of the. Before you knew it, he stood in front of the car and he was using the gun to hit my car. That if I move, he will shoot. You understand me? So at that point, I left the car there and I came down from the car. He said, I moved to the other side of the road. And he asked me, go inside your car. Forcefully, I was forced back to that car. What am I trying to say? The thing is, we are practicing democracy. And if you look at the kind of democracy we are practicing, it's not really a democracy. Just as Fela said, it's total a demonstration of grace. I thank God for some good leaders, some good governors are coming up now. The likes of the Cross River State Governor. I want to salute him. Yeah, he's doing well from what I'm seeing from social media. From what I'm seeing. But the rights of the citizen at the moment in Nigeria, we don't. Actually, we don't have a right. It has got to, it is bad to the extent that if you are not with them, you can't have a say. Take for example, now there's a case in court over a property arguing in Edo State. While the case was on, the governor, being the chief security officer of the state, went and demolished the property even before the judgment. You see, our legal system has also been abused. Till today, I'm waiting for the court to say, why would the governor give an order for the demolition of that property when the case is still in court, when they've not given judgment? And today, people are saying because the owner is a thug, how did he get the money? That is not my business. But there's this case, it's in court. The young man's life, his right, has been abused by the governor. Many things like that is happening in Edo State, is happening in Nigeria, and nobody is talking, nobody is saying. Nobody. No security, in fact, I don't think Mr. Sowore is right. No right. No right left. That's all I can say.
The issue of Nigeria is something that we'll keep talking and talking, and Fela sang so many things about Nigeria, and the same thing that happened years back is what we are still going through. What we are after is how do we sort this out?
But we can
First,
fight back.
I think
Yes, we can.
I,
We can fight
yes,
back.
no, for me, I think one of the things that we are supposed to do at the moment, first, for the Nigeria police force, we need a reform. In fact, the police we have there, they are not well trained. If you we should take sentiments out of it. If you see Nigeria, you as a citizen, no matter the amount of money they will be paying paying the Nigeria police, you will never want to wear that uniform as a police in Nigeria. See some of the things, most of the things they do. But here, I live in Germany. If you see some of the things, when you see, in fact, the lowest rank police, you want to be a police. In fact, police is even too big. You want to work as a security, common security. You want to work as a security. This is one of the things we have. Okay, look at your story. They claim because they are police officer. I think the Nigeria police force there is what is really entering their heads, because they forget that they don't know what it takes to be a police, but they know what it takes to use force. So that is why everything about Nigeria police is so irritating. Sir, can you tell the audience the role and duty of a Nigeria police officer, what they are supposed to be doing for us? Mr. Sowore.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
And what was the question again, please?
The role and duty of a Nigeria police force.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I
You see?
I have to seek your permission to leave early because I have a situation
Yeah,
that's
I know.
on in the background.
Yeah.
I have to leave early, but I wanted to
Okay.
honor this regardless of my schedule stuff here.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't. I don't want to be dragged into the role of the Nigerian police.
Yeah, I
What you can
know.
see, what the only thing you can judge is how they are conducting themselves, and it has become an enemy of the people, uh,
Mhm.
and the, and I think it's the nature of the police. They were not set up for the Nigerian people. It was a police set up by the colonial masters. But they used to, I think they used to call them a super. Uh, I don't know. There's this name they used to call them. It's constabulary of the queen. Nothing. They're not for us. And this is part of what I keep saying about the Nigerian constitution. A lot of things are wrong with the constitution, and it's not the Nigerian people's constitution. If we have a chance to remake our constitution, we will be able to streamline some of these organizations and define clearly their roles and their responsibilities and consequences for violating rights of citizens. The Nigerian police sees itself as the enemy of a Nigerian person. You see, when you approach a police checkpoint or you walk into a police station in Nigeria, the first thing you get is hostility. It doesn't matter how well dressed you are. Well, if you are well dressed and they see that you have money, they'll be nice to you. But it's an elitist police. They are there to protect the thieves, the elites who are destroying the country as against the people. They are very hostile. I can't imagine how many times I've had to deal with the police, and the first thing is for them to be hostile to you and to threaten your life, even when it's not necessary to do so, threatening to kill you. And in some cases, before you could say Jack Robinson, they are pointing a gun at you. Some cases actually firing over your head. And in some cases, as we have seen over time, shooting through your body and killing you. I mean, Nigeria police kills for something as little as 50 naira, 100 naira. I don't know what 50 naira is in euros. It's probably like very small amount of money. So you can imagine anybody that can kill for that, they don't care about you. They shouldn't be calling it Nigeria police. It's not the police for Nigerians. It's the police for suppression and oppression of the people of Nigeria, the Nigerian nation. So please, honestly, I don't want to get involved in
Yeah,
that conversation. Like I said, please, I want to appeal to people
yeah. Thank you
viewing. I
so
have a
much.
situation on ground that I need to attend to. If
Yeah.
you if you don't mind letting me round up on my end,
Okay,
let me
okay, no
carry on,
problem. Thank you
and you
so
have my
much.
blessing to carry on, of course.
Thank you so much, and we thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And
Thank
we
you so
hope to
much.
do a lot of things together. I know, and we pray that God keep you in the struggle. And the struggle is not for Omoyele Sowore alone. So it's something that we have to keep doing in any area we can. Thank you so much, sir. Let me leave you so you can attend to.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I
Okay,
wish
all
you
right. Okay. So, so it was really nice having him. And like we keep saying that the issue of Nigeria, as a citizen, we have a right written, but we have to fight for it because they said it's given to us, but officially we don't have. Just like you said, we have to come together and fight for what belongs to us as a Nigerian citizen. Ambassador Tim, over to you.
Yeah, actually, we really need to fight. And when we say fight, it don't mean everybody carrying stick and carrying gun, go into the streets and start protesting. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good. So that is not actually what we mean. What we actually mean by we can fight and get what belongs to us is everybody has to stand on your ground, stand for your right. But I have to express my disappointment to the Human Rights Commission. I have to express my disappointment to the human rights activists because they are not actually they are doing something per se, but they are not doing it the way it should be. Nigerian citizens have been much intimidated and suppressed by these politicians. They have gone so far, even the government, they have gone so far, like Mr. Sowore said, they have democratized the rights. Is it what is supposed to be? Now, you mentioned about the roles of the police, to the citizens. I think the few I can remember, one is to protect. They protect the citizens, but this one they are no longer protecting citizens. They are putting them into trouble. That is what police is doing now. They are putting them into trouble. They don't protect them. They expose them to more dangers. Let there be a robbery close to your house. Now then you now call police for them. Look at. But they have anti-robbery squad. They will start asking you some silly questions. What kind of gun are they using? Are they shooting? Are they armed? These and as if you are there with the criminal. How many are there? That kind of a thing. And another one is to maintain peace. Instead of maintaining peace, they are now putting crisis more. Before you know what is happening, they will shoot somebody and the person will be there. And all this time they have been killing by police. I don't think I've seen a good number of them being charged to court and being charged for murder, whether it is first degree, second degree, or third degree murder. Before you know what is happening, the case just ends there. And when all these things are happening, human rights activists, anybody that comes up, they will be attacked. And Human Rights Commission will never come up for anything. Because the citizens have been suppressed. Everybody is scared to come. Let me say, a lot of people are now scared of coming out to say or to express that they are being victimized, which is very, very bad. As the situation has gotten to that point, which is very bad. Okay, look at what you just said. A little girl that was raped. I've gotten several times this kind of report that somebody who has an issue went to the police, a police that's supposed to control crime. They will go to the police. They will now demand you to pay money, to deposit money. I think I was a victim some time ago. That day I was even mad at the policeman. I even picked his number, sir. I even picked his badge number and his name. And another woman who threatened me. Some people were in the market duping people, collecting money, only for me to discover that they have link to that kind of a thing. Are they now controlling crime or they are helping crime? The other time over the news, we read of a kidnapping case that has to involve a police DPO and some police officers. Kidnapping case. Are they actually controlling crime or they are helping crime? So all these things, I think we need police reform. That is number one
Yeah.
thing I would say. We need
Okay.
police reform. And number two, we have to go on a mass sensitization. We have to go on aggressive sensitization to
Okay.
orient people of their rights. Because enough of all this, enough is enough, so that the people need to wake up. Nigeria is a multi-tribal,
Multicultural.
multicultural is a nation. But even at that, we need to be our brother's keeper. It is high time we be our brother's keeper, because by the time the citizens unite, forget about all this elite. By the time the citizens unite and they form a force, that is when these people will understand that even their money can never save them. That money they're talking about.
And that
And
is this is what they don't want the citizens to know, that they have power to make a change. And before, let me quickly clarify some certain things about for Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike, Cross River State Governor is not doing well. Forget those things they see on social media.
Mass
If you
media,
go, yeah, if you go close to Cross River, you will see that those things you see on social media are all lies. It was the same. You were talking about the Edo State governor, what he's doing to a citizen. I think the same Cross River State governor you just praised did worse than that. Agba Jalingo was arrested, so for a very long time, detained by the DSS. So Cross River State governor is not doing well. They shouldn't get any credit for that. Those things you see there, I saw one of his videos pretending as if, oh, they really know what they are supposed to do, which is correct, but are they ready to do that? They're not ready to do it. So this is our pain. This is our cry each day. We want good road. We want security. The police they have there, they need reform. Here, you cannot drink and drive as a citizen. It's not allowed for you to drink and drive. But in Nigeria, in fact, the security officers are even the ones that they don't even drink. They get drunk. That's how bad it can be. So this is the two different things you need to see here. We really need a reform in our security system. We have security, but they are not doing what they are supposed to do. We need good roads. We need a country that works for a citizen. Nigerian citizens, they have no benefits as a citizen of Nigeria. Nothing to show that okay, this is what I can hold.
can I
Okay,
can
as
I
a
just, can I just chip in
president.
there?
Okay.
Do you know that this security we are even talking about, and we are on interstate lockdown in Nigeria? Somebody will leave Abuja traveling to the east. What do you think that the security officer is supposed to do? Is it not to stop the person and send the person back? But my brother, people are traveling. The police, NCDC, military, road safety, and the MDLEA, that's the Nigerian Drug Agency. They use that place and open a shop. As you are just going from pole to pole is a checkpoint, so people will come down and pay them and pass, and reach another checkpoint and pay them and pass. As you are going, you keep paying them, but you are on lockdown. That is Nigerian society. I'm just telling you, that is Nigerian society. I've gotten the report from several persons who travel, and we actually need reform. We need all the police and all of them, all these paramilitary, every one of them. Because if all these things are happening now, tell me Somebody get there and say, my wife, according to my wife, I cannot give you, I'm not here to bribe you. You better send me back. They may even kill you. They may even kill you. It becomes another thing. Nobody cares. Before you know what is happening, the guy that shot you is back to work. Yes, maybe 1 month, 1 month leave. They will give the person 1 month leave, and the person is back to work. Nobody will hear about it, and other citizens of the country will keep quiet. Nobody will come out and protest and demand for accountability, demanding for justice. Nobody demands for justice in Nigeria. Even the lawyers, and they'll be there. They are watching all these things. So it's very, very pathetic. We need to stand on our feet and stand for our right. That is what I'm calling for. Every Nigerian has to do that.
Okay. Pastor Mike. And before,
Yeah.
okay, go
Well,
ahead.
talking about police reform, I quite agree. Yeah, we need it. We really need it. The police need to be reformed because, come to think of it, security, which we discussed last week, is the foundation of the right of the citizens of Nigeria. When there are no people, no security to protect the right, you cannot talk about your right. Because, like they said, when the head is cut off, the body is useless. So, talking of the right of the citizen and security, they go together. The security is the foundation because the right is standing on the security. And in a situation whereby there is no security, you cannot talk of right.
Okay.
Now, talking about the police, my view about the police is this. The police, I have a friend that is a police. She's an ASP and she's well paid. When she told me her salary, I was shocked. I said, what? You mean the police get paid this kind of amount? Wow, that's good. Then I asked her, what about the constable? How much are their salary? When she told me, I said, wow, that's good. That's good. I mean, things are getting better. But why are the police still behaving the way they are still behaving? Just like what you said now. If you go to a police station now, if you go to a police station to report a case, they will tell you, give us money for fuel. They will be asking you questions, some nonsense questions, as if you are giving them a contract to come and do their responsibility. See, Chris, let me tell you one thing. For us to talk about the right of the citizen, we really need to stand up. We really need to speak. We really need to defend our right by ourselves. If you are depending on the Nigerian police to defend the right of the citizen of Nigeria, my dear, you will fail. Now, look at the military also. The military, now they are not doing 45% the work of the police. Driving on the road in the city of Nigeria, you're seeing military doing stop and search. For what? A friend of mine was badly abused just for wearing a face cap, a military face cap, a designer face cap with a, excuse me, here in Europe, I've seen people wearing complete regalia of military, going to military barrack.
Okay.
And soldiers will be around them. Nobody is asking questions because the security, they know themselves. It's not by security. Just like, okay, look at the police now. The color of their uniform is black. So does it mean that everyone that wear a black trouser should be beaten? No. So these are part of the breach of human rights. You can't tell me the kind of clothes I should wear. I'm not carrying a gun. But the way I bought the clothes, they are selling the clothes in the market. So why are you beating this young man for wearing a camouflage cap? Why? It's not a soldier. Fine and good. So we really
Okay.
need to
Work
restructure
on
or
that.
the
Okay.
police, reform the
Pastor
police
Mike,
completely.
let me quickly say something about
Yeah,
that. You know, the idea of in Nigeria, you are not allowed to wear camouflage or something. For me, as a Nigerian citizen, we were born and we grew up to meet it that soldiers don't allow you to wear this uniform. So in fact, the easiest way to if you want to get beaten out there, just wear same camouflage. What stops you from not wearing it if you don't want them to beat you? So we really need to change our system. We wear that here because we know that they're not going to talk to us. For me, I know these people that this is what they do. I would never wear camouflage. So it's like that. So the idea of we need a reform. We need to keep speaking. We need to keep talking. People have been talking for a very long time now. For a very long time. In fact, we grew up to meet that activists were existing even before we were born. People fought for Nigeria that we are living today. So, but the same Nigeria that they fought for is a laughing stock today. As a Nigerian citizen, not only to the police need a reform. Nigeria, we ourselves we need a reform on our mindset. The problem we have as a Nigeria,
yeah,
we
you're right.
our own problem. As a Nigeria, we are our own problem. We can never come together and take that which belongs to us. That's the truth. As a Nigeria, we are our own problem. Yeah.
That's true. Chris, please, if you allow me, let me come in here. For what you just said now, that we are our own problem. You see, a lot of people called me in regard with the crisis, the political crisis in Edo State. They are asking me question, Pastor, what do I think? What should we do about this? At the moment, if care is not taken, the way things are going in Edo State now, you know, that state where you have
The issue.
different tribes, and now
Okay.
division is standing at the corridor where the Isha man will not want to do anything with the Benin man, where the Benin man will not want to do anything with the Isako man. You know,
Okay.
is coming up. Though that is why you know, when you said we are the problem of ourselves, instead of us coming together as one body to fight and said, this is the kind of leader we want. This is what we want. We say no to this. We say yes to this. But now we are allowing individual or certain group of people to divide us. Now we are getting divided over an issue of, you know, that issue that we should that we should hold and fight together for. You know, to an extent, I agree with you that we are the problem of ourselves. I agree with you that we are the problem of ourselves because the people you are fighting, all these people you are fighting for, they don't even know whether you exist. But it's
Okay.
rather fight for
Let,
your own self, fight for
yeah,
your tomorrow.
we don't have so much time, but before we go, sir, let me quickly say this. If you see what happened in Edo for the past few days, if Nigeria as a
Mm,
whole can behave like that, can act like that, like the Edos, like the like
mm,
what the way because the what they did was they didn't choose a political party but the person. So wherever you go
mm,
is where we go. So if we can stand for the leader that we want as a Nigerian, as a president, okay, the next
mm.
president, this is the person that we want, and we stand to defend this person, defend our vote, we will get it right. So for me, I didn't see anything bad in what has happened in Edo. I didn't see anything bad there.
No, no. You see, you are not seeing anything bad. I am not seeing
Yeah.
anything bad for what have
Okay.
happened. But you see, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm not talking of the parties. I'm talking about the people. What is happening now is not bringing division between the Isha man, the Bini man. See,
No, I
someone called
disagree. I
me.
disagree with you there, sir. And see, whoever person
I'm coming.
that
I'm
has
coming.
called you is just doing that for
I'm
his own
coming.
personal and selfish
Chris,
interest. The people, which is the
yes.
majority,
Chris,
they've
Chris,
chosen.
I'm
We
coming.
see me and you know that, eh, the people of Edo,
Mm.
they prefer Obaseki than any other person. So we are not saying this because this is what we are seeing. People are coming out. They are not being paid to do it. They are doing it on their own willingly. These are organic followers. So if we can have this for a president or a leader that we want to choose, okay, this if they can do the same thing in the whole of Nigeria, trust me, we'll get it right. We'll get it
Okay.
right.
Now, you have spoken for the people of Edo. Okay, what I'm trying to say is this. What I was trying to tell you is this. When a journalist called me from Nigeria after watching series of video of Nigerians in diaspora, and he asked me, the question he asked me was that, he said, Pastor, now, what is the view? What is my concern concerning this whole thing that is happening between Ishaman, Edoman, and this thing? I told him, I said, first and foremost, people are getting it all wrong. For the fact that the state is called Edo State does not belong to the Beninese, because that is the mentality I am seeing right now. Does not, it's called Edo State. They are getting it all wrong. That because anytime they are doing adverts, you will hear Edo belong to the Edos. I don't support that. I don't want to believe that. It's called Edo State, but it's not the Beninese. It's not for the Beninese.
No,
In Edo State, you have the Ishan, you have the Gara, you have the Esako, you have our cheap people. So
sir,
no. Now, if you
from
say
what you said,
the
from what
Beninese,
you said the that Edo belongs to the Edos, which is correct. They didn't say Edo belongs to the Benin. Edo belongs to the Edos, which is correct.
yeah, I said that
Yeah,
because the
Lagos,
yes,
Lagos
the
belongs to
Benin,
Lagos. So if you want to be in Lagosian, go and live there. Go and be staying there, so you become a Lagosian. The point is, for me, I don't see anything bad in what has happened or taking the side with a tribe or something. Okay, they did the same thing for Adam Soshomole years back. This same thing that is going on, they did the same thing for him. So they didn't bring sentiment that, oh, he's not from Edo, we are not going to stand for him. He's from here, he's from here.
yes.
They did the
Do you know
same
I'm saying
thing.
this? Chris, do you know I'm saying this? There's a reputable man in Edo State. I saw the video. He said, and how would Esako man cannot determine for the Edos. See, okay, let's take it from this angle. You agree with me, the ruling party, eh, they decided the leadership of the National Assembly. Is it not? Quite.
Okay.
Now, the ruling party, the ruling party before yesterday in Edo State, is APC. Now, they decided the leadership of the House of Assembly, because you see, I investigated this matter, and the governor, as at then, it was in APC. Then he now said, no, it will not go like this. After agreeing, see, let me tell you, politics, we know how politics is run in Nigeria. We know how politics is, but it's about time we practice the real politics, whereby let the vote of the people, let it count.
Okay. You know,
Party
sir,
supremacy. Even in PDP, there's party supremacy. There's no party supremacy. You know, me, let me tell you one thing. I don't follow group of people. I follow person. Person. As at last year, when Sowore was arrested, they're now saying, Pastor, why are you leading a demonstration for Sowore? He says, I'm not concerned about the party he belongs to. I'm talking about his personality. That is what I'm saying. You see, nevertheless, if you call somebody a criminal, why is TC walking freely in the street? You understand me?
Yeah. I
See,
understand
the
you.
best man for the job for me
No,
in Edo
no,
State.
sir.
But
We are out of time. We are out of time. But
okay,
like what I said, I still disagree that there is any ideology of he's an Edo man, he's not from Edo. If you see most of the people that is contesting from almost all the parties, they are from Edo State.
it's
They
a
are
leader that
Benin.
said it. Oh,
So, sir,
yes, because now
sir, the point is,
it's the
wait,
turn of the
see,
Benin.
no, see,
It's the turn of the Benin. So
no,
let the
no, I
Benin do their eight
disagree. No,
years.
no, let me tell you how it is. And no, what I'm concerned is they are not the Benin are not fighting for one person because he's an Edoma. That is what I'm saying. The ESA command that they are having problem with, Adam Soshomole is not contesting an election. So why is his name ringing as if he's the one contesting the election? So you should allow those doing it do their thing. He is not the first national chairman that we are having in Nigeria or in any political party. So why is his name sounding in fact is they hear his name more than coronavirus currently. That's how far it has gone. So the idea of those supporting one person
Chris,
because he's from an Edo, no, no, sir, I
I
disagree
disagree
with
with
that.
you.
They are not supporting him because he's from Edo. They are supporting him because of what they feel he has done. They did the same thing for Adam Oshomole, who was not an Edo man. That was how he came to power. They voted for him. They defended their vote all throughout the time that he was going to court. They go with him to court. He was not from Edo. They supported him. So the idea of they are supporting one person because he's from Edo or no, I disagree with that. It's not because they want him to stay for 8 years. If what they are doing and they want to do the same thing to take Obaseki out of power, they can do it. You see how they supported Oshomole to power, and that is the same thing they are doing for him now. So they didn't do it because he's from
See,
here or from there.
let me tell you one thing. Look at this speech. Look at all this speech.
Okay.
My re-election is not negotiable.
Okay.
I deserve it. I earn it.
Okay.
Those are Godfatherism statements.
No.
Don't impose yourself. No. Wait. When you were talking, I listened to you. Listen now, Chris.
You don't have to watch
When
that.
you were talking, I kept quiet. I kept quiet. I was listening to you. I'm heading somewhere. Because you see, when you trigger something, prepare to finish it.
Okay.
I work closely with Obaseki, even here. Yeah, it's my personal friend. But in a situation whereby you make some statements, you later realize the repercussion. You withdraw such statements. Are you hearing me? Now, nobody is saying Oshomole is a godfather or Oshomole asked the same question.
Okay.
Who asked you to share money? He couldn't answer. Now, the money that he refused to share, is he not sharing more than the money now? We are on air. You and I know how much went into him joining PDP. Is he not sharing the money for PDP for the politicians now?
Okay. Before
Let's be realistic here.
We are about to go now. We're out of time. But let me quickly say something from what you said.
Okay.
You said he said I earn it and I deserve to be the next governor, right?
He said it's not negotiable.
Okay.
It's not negotiable.
Okay.
His second term is not negotiable.
Not negotiable. Okay. Now I will tell you something from that.
Is it the party?
Okay. Now
it's not the party. That is the statement of a godfather.
Okay. Now let me tell you. No, you are getting it all wrong. Before we go, let me quickly say something about that.
No, I'm just saying that I'm acting on that statement he said.
It is non-negotiable. You see, If I tell you now that we went for an exam and I'm expecting to get maybe A, excellent, or whichever, or 100 over 100. I'm saying that confidently because I am fully prepared and I have read for this exam. So I know what I put down there in the hall for me to be expecting 100 over 100. Okay, now he said his second term is non negotiable. Is it not the same thing that we are seeing now? He's not the one fighting. The people are the one fighting for him. That is what I'm saying. He's not the one fighting. The people of Edo, which are the people he's going to lead, are the one fighting for him. That is what I'm saying. If you, no matter how you say it, me and you know that the population, the number of people
You
in
know
the
what?
that is supporting Obaseki is more than the number of people supporting any other person. And most of these people are supporting
You
him without any benefits. I've not seen him. I don't know him.
you know yes, me, I know him. You know
Yeah, okay,
what?
fine.
I'm happy. We are talking about the right of a citizen of Nigeria today. You know, this old saga that the scandal of his certificate, who started it? PDP. You see, Nigeria democracy is making someone really crazy. I'm telling you, just like Fela said, it's a demonstration of grace. The party that first of all accused you of fake certificate
Okay.
now took you in, forgetting that these people first talk say I get bad, I no get certificate. Now, how, in fact,
The,
let's
the,
be
the same
watching.
Madam the same
Let's be
Madam
watching. Now,
Soshomole, the same Madam Soshomole that supported that said so many bad words against Pastor Sage Zeyamo is the same person supporting him now. So you see how it goes.
see, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm telling you the whole politics is driving everyone crazy. I'm telling you, it's
Thank you
driving
very
everyone
much,
crazy.
sir, and
But I just pray.
thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Chris,
And
Chris.
thank you everyone out there for your time. And like we said, the right of a Nigeria, we have it, but we need to fight for it because it has been taken from us. So we need to come together in unity. Let's take sentiment out of it. Take out the multicultural. I'm not from here. We belong to different religion. We should take these things out of it because we suffer the same thing. We have one common enemy. So let's come together and take that which belongs to us. It is not by
Right.
fights like they see it. So sometimes you see the Black Lives Matters protest that went around the world. So they didn't fight. So it was peaceful protest, and we to an extent, in fact, the words at large feel the heat of what they were really asking for. So I thank you all for joining us. And this program is done every Saturday, same time every Saturday. Next Saturday we'll be coming in with different topic and different guests. Don't forget to join us if you're in Nigeria. It's 4 p.m. every Saturday. And if you're in Europe, it's 8 p.m. If you're in Canada and US, it's done 11 a.m. in your time out there. So don't forget to join us. We'll be coming in with different topic and different guests, doing a lot for you. And don't forget to invite people and share so a lot of people can see. Thank you all for joining us today.